that's Locks.
And we're Curlie Locks.
Hi, I'm Curlie from Curlie Locks, and if you don't know, I am a family nurse practitioner, and I'm joined here today with Mrs. Viola Lott, and she's going to tell us about her hair story.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm well, how are you?
I'm
Curlie.
I know, you are curly and it's fabulous. I love it. And the salt and pepper in here, y'all see that? I love it. So I just wanted to ask you a couple questions.
Sure.
How did you, tell us just about your hair story, you know, have you always been natural? Is it something new for you, or just tell us about yourself?
Growing up, press and curl was pretty much what we did. Wash and dry, air dry, press and curl. And I then took that on once I got older and able to manage brown hair.
With the actual press and comb.
With the actual press and comb.
Okay.
And the wooden spoon to protect me.
Okay. All of that.
All of that. I actually began braiding. I taught myself to braid, and I would braid my own hair.
Okay.
So I wore braids a lot. As I got older and styles started to change, I would cut my hair in chemically treat, probably 2 times a year.
Chemically treat, you mean?
Relaxer.
Relaxer.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would use relaxers. Other than that, I mean, pretty easy to manage. Wash and go out. Like I said, press and curl.
And you wore your hair longer?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would wear it past the shoulder.
Okay.
Real popular on bangs.
Okay.
Pink foam rollers were my thing.
Oh, with the little clamp. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love bangs.
Yeah.
Other than that, pretty simple. Nothing too dramatic.
Okay.
Dramatic.
Yeah, just that was okay. Okay. And so now you have a cute, tapered, curly look. Like, how did you get to that point, or you know, how did that start for you?
This is actually new growth for me. I have lost my hair due to treatment for breast cancer.
Oh, okay.
5 rounds of chemotherapy. Again, hair loss began August of 2013. My new growth actually began December 2013 coming back.
Okay.
So I've been natural
so a little
probably over a year.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've had 3 haircuts. Just keeping it taper one because it's easier and less stressful. Easy to maintain. Literally wash and go. And I like that.
Oh yeah, it looks great. And just to delve more into your, you said you were diagnosed with breast cancer when?
June 2013.
June 2013. Yes. And how did that whole process go, if you don't mind?
It actually went,
how did you find out?
I actually found out doing my self-breast monthly exams. I found it. And then sitting to my mother, so I kind of put myself on the back burner for a couple months. But my husband, thank God for him, held me accountable and got me in for mammogram and routine. And again, my doctors were very, very aggressive as far as treatment. I appreciate the attentiveness that I received. Had I not had that, probably wouldn't have gone through the process. So,
okay. And then also, you know, you, as far as screening recommendations, is usually after the age of 50. How old were you when you got diagnosed with breast cancer, since we seem to think that this is something that happens to people?
Yeah, I was diagnosed at 41 years old. I had not had a mammogram at 40 the year prior due to some health insurance challenges. Wasn't worried about it, no family history. I'll do it next year. Yeah. So my first mammogram had cancer.
Okay. And even some would say, you know, if you have none in your family, it's okay to start at 50. So, gosh, you know, thank God you were able to do the self-exams and found it.
Yeah, my mom taught us as teenagers, and I pretty much stayed with it. I mean, probably haven't done it every month since I was a teenager, but I mean, I was pretty consistent about it.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. So how was the process? You said when did you start chemo?
I started chemo August 2013. I had 1 round, and then I began to have hair loss right before the second round. And I made a decision once shedding started to empower myself, and I shaved my head.
You shaved it completely?
I shaved it completely off. I actually received information about the regimen I was going to be receiving, and it did indicate 70% hair loss. So I kind of figured I would lose, you know, my hair, and had come to grips with that, and it was okay. It would grow back, so I was okay with it. Once shedding started, kind of caught me off guard, but I didn't allow myself to stay too long. The shedding started, and I made a decision to, like I said, empower myself and go in and go ahead and take it off. But it was also evidence for me that the chemotherapy was working.
Yeah, okay.
So the cells, you know, that create hair were being killed. Unfortunately, the good ones as well as the bad ones. So for me, it was actually evidence that
it was working. Wow, that's a good.
And that's the perspective I try to take. Yeah.
When you shaved your hair, was that something you did on your own, or?
Actually, I have a beautician I've had for over a decade.
Oh, okay.
And I scheduled an appointment with her and went in and hadn't even thought about it. Salon full of clients. We went to the bowl and she washed, and as she was washing, my hair was pretty much coming out.
Oh wow!
I mean,
in like clumps.
In clumps.
Okay.
Which was a little devastating to my beautician. But we continued on. She then took me back to her station once we pretty much washed and rinsed and all the excess hair that was coming out. She took the towel off, and I was bald with, you know, pieces that hadn't totally come loose, and it was so heavy in there, I decided I was going to break the ice. So I looked in the mirror and asked, "What'd you do to me?" The response to the salon was, because no one else knew. Okay. And I hadn't even thought about a whole private, you know, kind of thing, because that's really not me. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I have breast cancer for a reason.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm not to be quiet about it, as my cousins tell me. Turn down for what? I keep it. So the whole, you know, it's who I am.
Yes,
it's who I am. It's an identity that I've taken on, and along with the whole natural state of hair, and it's natural for me now.
Yeah, so awesome. And did your beautician know what you were going through as far as your diagnosis? Or?
Yeah, she's been with me pretty much through the whole diagnosis, even through chemotherapy. I would, once I did lose my hair, I would continue to go to her for scalp treatments, where she would massage and oils and.
Because you have to keep your scalp healthy as well, right?
Well, one, if you are wearing your hair out in the sun, you know, you need to protect it with sunblock and coverings and all those kind of things. So, yeah, we were, we did scalp health, so that was good.
Awesome. And how did you, once you shave your hair, how did you decide to, did you wear scarves? Did you wear wigs? Did your texture of your hair change when it actually grew back, or?
Actually, when I shaved my head, I was comfortable bald. It was, for me, an extra 15-20 minutes of sleep in the morning.
Without having to do nothing.
Exactly. Less stress, so I was happy. But I had to consider my family. I have a son who's now almost 12. Totally not comfortable with it. So we did go and do wig shopping. I wore wigs. Short ones, easy. Didn't change my appeance too much. Real close tapers and things that I would naturally probably wear.
We would wear nothing
too dramatic.
Too dramatic. Green or something. Okay. Right. And then, did your hair texture when it grew back? Do you feel like it's different? Or?
Actually, my first growth was very thin and soft.
Like baby fine.
It was beyond baby fine. I mean, it was really almost like, not like hair texture, it was like silk. Oh wow. It was very soft,
So how would you say breast cancer has changed your life, or where are you at today as far as being a breast cancer survivor? I don't know if that's how you would frame it, or just tell me more.
I call myself a breast cancer thriver. Just trying to live beyond breast cancer.
Just merely surviving it, living beyond that.
Exactly. There are challenges mentally and emotionally that, you know, you experience like with any type of disease or, you know, trauma. I am working through that. I'm part of a support group and currently actually in a pilot program with Cancer Journey.
And that's more of a social support research?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, awesome. Awesome.
Cancer doesn't define me. it has, come in and I've experienced it. And just like to share my experience with everyone. Just the awareness of, the importance of checking yourself and doing that on a monthly basis, and then getting into your doctors and having those annual checkups as well. Just staying on top of your health and just being conscious of who you are and what's going on inside.
And listen to what your body is kind of telling you.
And strongly encourage that. I mean, even to this day, I still have to do self-breast exams because I do still have breasts. So I'm still conscious of it. I'm more in tune. And very aware. So cancer has changed my life as far as just being in tune with my body and bringing forth an awareness that I kind of lacked before.
And you said, you still have a breast. So so did you lose a breast within this process?
I actually started with an initial removal of the cancer, which was the priority, the most aggressive. Then after chemotherapy and some other things, post mammograms, we came to the conclusion that treatment to remove my breast was an option. I opted not to do radiation, so I do have a breast that has been removed. I have opted not to reconstruct as of now, but that's still maybe in the future, but it's not a high priority for me.
Okay. So. And how did that play a huge part in I know you have a supportive partner, and I know that that's huge, right? But as far as your body image, how did you cope with that or deal with that?
Actually, with the hair loss, I would spend a lot of time in the mirror.
Oh, really?
Looking at myself. I would force myself to look at myself.
Force yourself to look at yourself.
Yeah.
Wow.
And take it all in. And there were moments, even with chemotherapy and not having hair, I experienced no tears. So I was crying, dry cry, not able to produce tears. Just staying emotionally connected through it all. So that was, that was kind of big. And again, just looking at myself, who was someone else, not what I'm normally used to. So that was kind of hard, but again, press through.
Good. And what pearls of wisdoms besides doing the self-exam would you, let our viewers know, or, fellow natural people who are watching this, or anyone who's watching it? What was some of your pearls of wisdom of, this whole journey of what should we do or be?
I think, like your theme, keep it natural. Try to, with your diet, with things you're eating, with things you're putting on your body, things you're putting in your hair, be conscious. What you're doing. So lifestyle is definitely, a role. Get active. Yeah. I personally drink 64 ounces of water every day, at least. I do more than that. Just staying hydrated and, doing the things we need to do so that we can function at our best capacity. It's been 1 year. I choose to celebrate February as my cancerversary. It's been 1 year. As far as I'm concerned, cancer is gone. So I'm excited.
Yes, we are, and that's a good month while you're our Curlie feature of the month. So that's awesome. And just to wrap it up, we want to thank you for being our Curlie feature of the month with your fabulous hair. I love it. And just letting us know about your journey to having your natural hair, totally natural, and your experience with breast cancer. And I think it's so important that we spread the message through different mediums. And I think that we're a natural hair blog site, and but it's okay, we can talk about anything, and you're perfect. I would like to thank Mrs. Lott for coming and sharing her story, and we appreciate it. And I'm Curlie from Curlie Locks, and we out. Peace.